Anyways, there we go. Welcome to week number 4 of ACES, Academics Create Exceptional Students. I'm so excited because we are past the halfway mark. And usually at the halfway mark, that's where we understand if you are taking on the responsibility of your own personal growth and development, or if you still need somebody to get a hot prod up against you to make you work, right? So that's how we are in our coaching sessions as well. After session 3, either you're going to be late or you're going to be absent. Or you got to be on time because you're ready to do the work. So thank you all for joining us. One of the things I'd like to do this week as we get started, I'd like to do a bit of naughty shooty breathing. I had that in my notes for last week, and when I went back and looked, I said, oh, we didn't do the naughty shooty breathing. So let's go ahead and do that. And one of the things too that I like to do, and I don't have that with me, is that I like to take a drop of vanilla, lavender, peppermint, or whatever, and put it in the center of my hand so that when I'm breathing, I can actually experience it. So if you have a drop of peppermint or something that you want to use, definitely you can do that. If you like. Yes, you shares. I'm gonna go get mine too. Exactly. Hiker, you can go get yours too if you want to. Okay, I decided to go with vanilla. All right. And I'm just gonna put a drop in. Now, you know, when you use the drop of this, like if you're getting ready to go to sleep and you use a drop of lavender or something, that's really great because it just kind of goes right in, right? So I'm do that, put a drop in, and just rub my hands. And now I'm just gonna start with my thumb on my nose on one side of my nostril. And then I place these 2 fingers on my third eye, right? Just as a resting place. And then I'm going to exhale from my nose. I'm going to just exhale from the nose that's open. And then I'm going to breathe back in and close it off with the other 2 fingers and hold it. And then I'm going to open that other nostril and exhale. Right. Exhale. Pushing out and holding and breathing in. And closing. Holding. Open other nostril and exhale. Breathe in. Close it off. Open other nostril, exhale. This will be the last one. Breathe in. Close it off. Open other nostril and exhale. All right. Now that naughty shooty breathing is really good for balancing off the sympathetic and the parasympathetic nervous system. It helps you to relax. It helps you to calm your nerves. So that's something that I encourage you to practice along with the other breathing exercises that we've been learning throughout this course. And there'll be others that we'll do. All right. So how was that for you guys? How was that for you, Huhaika? Did you get a chance to participate? And why are you still off screen? I'd like to see your cutie self today. Hello.
Hello, my apologies. I have a lot going on my computer and I was clearing some stuff out.
Oh, okay, okay. The old computer is giving me a hard time today. Did
Yeah. All right.
you get a chance to breathe with us?
Yes, I got a chance to breathe, but I don't know if I did it correctly though, so I might have to do it again.
Okay, you can always go back and look. Wonderful. Now, when do you start back to school? Your classes, rather. I know you probably don't even take a break knowing your mama, but
Well, well, technically, grandma starts back after Labor Day.
mm, wonderful. Okay,
Hmm.
that's
So,
good. Excellent.
excuse me, the classes that we do, they're all year round. It's like pretty much project based. So, and
Absolutely.
and so, but the lessons that her mother, her mother, my mother, um, teaches is the CPS schedule.
Curriculum, yeah,
Or
based on the after, yeah,
and
the starting
mhm. And
after.
then we it's flexible, you
Oh
know,
yeah,
for both of them. But normally, but she has been out of those particular lessons. But they've been doing different things like outside of the community. Like they got they're showing the Wiz in Trumbull Park right there on 103rd in Bensley.
oh, okay,
Yeah, so different things like that just would open up. But yeah, after Labor Day.
wonderful. Okay, and I wanted her to answer in you shares, then you shares.
Oh, my bad.
Mhm.
Where's our other crew? Where's our other
I don't know.
ace?
You should be getting them. You should be calling them or texting them or something. Where you the mentor, you the mentee mentor. So who Heike, do you want to add anything to what your mom was saying about school?
About um
Just yeah, whatever.
um I gotta about my classes.
Yeah,
My
just no, I was just asking when, are you excited about school starting and when do you start? And she was just saying you guys start after Labor Day. So are you excited about that? And
Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, I'm excited. A little excited.
that's
But,
good. Just a little, huh? Wonderful.
yeah.
What grade would you be going into?
Um, well, I think well, I'm on seventh grade, so
Mhm.
maybe
Going to eighth
yeah,
in the
maybe
fall? Because don't you guys still go? Because when you're doing homeschooling, they still give you a basis to start to use, right? So you still go through grades, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Mm. Just make sure like fresh in my mind so I don't forget it.
Right. Excellent. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and go on with I want to pull up, hold on, I'm gonna share the screen. I want to pull up the conversation we were having last week. Okay, can you see the Master Force Leadership Development, wax on, wax off?
Yeah.
Wonderful. So, last week we went through these just to look at what were some of the things that we were learning as we do the curriculum that were not necessarily tasks, right? So
Mm.
we picked the 10 of those: communication, integrity, following the instructions, responsibility, accountability, no excuses, just results, supporting others, being on time, being reliable and trustworthy. And which one of these did you take on, who Heike, that you were going to work on this week?
Communications.
Communications. So tell me about that. Did you actually work on it? Were you conscious of it? Tell me how you did.
Well, I did look up on how to like how I can speak better and not
Oh, mm-hmm.
and and I learned that hold up. And I learned that when I speak that I like go into like a panic, like I don't know what I'm gonna say, like, and then there's just like a bunch of words in my head, and then stuff just doesn't come out right.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So I'm learning on how to like take be more calm and just like take a breather and just think about my words and take time. And my mom told me that I don't have to rush to just to um to
Mhm.
respond to someone. I can take my time and
Excellent.
think about my words.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Wonderful. And then did you take on or did you see that you were using or being present to your communication more this week? Did you actually see that?
No, I didn't see that.
Yeah,
I,
one of the things you want to do, because part of solving a problem, or actually not, it's not even a problem, but when you're putting intention on something, you want to observe it, right? Because observing it is almost 50% of having it change,
right.
you know? So just even now, that part of the conversation, and when you even talking, and I was saying, oh, your breath control will take care of that. And immediately you say, and I'm going to take on breathing. And yeah, so all of that is in line with what you're actually starting to apply. Okay.
Okay.
But this would just do a lot more observing about your communication. Okay.
Right.
Wonderful. And breathing too.
Yes.
You shares, what about you? Which one did you take on? Which one did you?
I actually took on I think it was trustworthy. I took on
Oh, yep,
trustworthy.
yep. Mm-hmm. How did you
And I
trade?
took on that one because as I've been going through this, I don't call a healing evolution. I've
Mm-hmm.
been going through this healing evolution. I realize I have not been trustworthy to myself. I haven't overstood my worth. So when breaking out, I was drawn to those words to exercise those things that I've sort of challenges with. And so with that, if I say that, just being more disciplined with myself, trusting that I honor my worth more.
Yeah.
So I was much more aware of that, and
Mm-hmm.
and just is just realizing that as much as I institute customer satisfaction and integrity for others, I need to do that for myself so I can, be trusting of myself. It's like, how can I do that for so many others? And I'm not even honoring myself. So
Excellent. Yeah. That's
so that
great.
clarity
Yeah.
came about with those exercises.
That's interesting because that's part of the reason I took on integrity for that same reason, right? Because it's not that I don't have a great deal of integrity, but like
For self.
I'll
Mhm.
notice that I actually will make sure that I keep my word to other people, but do I make
Yeah.
sure that I keep my word to myself?
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I use the scheduling. And sure enough, when I got off the phone, get out of our session last week, I wrote a list. Okay, because I live by a list, right? What do I need to get done? But what do I need to get done for myself?
Yeah.
Not
Mm-hmm.
just for my projects, not just for work, not just for my family, but what is important for me. And to write that down and then to schedule it, put the time in, you know what I mean? And
Indeed.
so and that it helped me a lot. I was able to get a lot of my stuff done, but also things to do that were important to me, not just work. Right. So that was good. I was glad about that. And we'll have to find out from the other two. So they did not answer.
They did not. I did give a call. I
Mhm.
didn't get Both got voicemail.
And they don't use their phones regularly. All right. Which is so funny to me, right? Like when you see them, they have their phones, but when you call them, they're always off. Right. Okay.
Excuse me one moment.
Yes. So this week, let me see, where is my slide? There we go. So, oh no, we want to start with the last week. So Huhaika, in session 3 about mind programs.
Oh, sorry.
What you shares?
Oh no, I was. Let me unmute my bad.
Oh, you were talking and not talking. You were talking, but not trying to talk to us, right? For the mind program sessions, Huhaika, what did you take away from this? And wonderful debriefs. I love your debriefs. Thank you so much for the work that you do with your debriefs. Thank you. But what was your biggest takeaway from this week, from session 3? What was your biggest takeaway?
Takeaway, like something I would
Yeah,
work
that's
on not
yeah.
doing.
Well, something that struck you is like, wow, that's really interesting. Oh, this is good. Oh, wow, I didn't know that. Something that made you go, wow. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Hold on. Let me look. Give me my notes. Okay. Um. Well, one of the things that struck me is the hypnotic state. It
Mm-hmm.
like, but it is really true because like when you just like watching something, you just don't realize the time. You just really is a okay. And let me
Now,
see.
I don't want you to read your notes because I already read that. I want you to communicate with me. Just go ahead and share with me. Right.
Okay.
Because I already read your debrief. So off the top of your head, lady.
Okay. Let's see.
So the hypnotic state, what was it about the hypnotic state that you found to be interesting?
Well, for when the first video, I really found it interesting, like where the part where they showed the news and where like the circles and the flicker rate.
Mm-hmm.
That was really interesting to me because I didn't know you can put people in a hypnotic state like that.
Yeah. And so what do you think of that? That there is actually uh programs like these really are that, like, really television is all about programming your mind. What do you think of that?
Um, I think it's really dangerous because people can like watch TV for like a long time and then it can become permanent because now you're cause so addictive to it.
Mm-hmm. Yes. And can you see that some of the things that people do in life, right, is because they watch television and allowed themselves to be persuaded that it's okay to live like that? Can you see that that's going on?
Um, yeah, I can see that going on because people think it's okay to just like sit around all day and just watch television. And, and it's not like you gotta like get out, because the TV is really, I don't know. I wasn't prepared for this.
That's good. That's what the practice is. Remember, you took on communication. And you get to be the only person with us this week, so we get to communicate with you the whole time. So this is perfect. All in divine order. And you know what? When you're sharing, you're just sharing. There's no right or wrong. You're just allowing us to hear your thoughts. So there's not like you can get anything wrong with this. It's just like, oh, what did you think of that video? Or what did you think about the session? And that's all you're doing is just sharing. What were you going to say, you shares?
No, and it's interesting. I think Mercury just went into retrograde.
No, not no Mercury retrograde. Pluto went into retrograde.
Pluto.
Yes. Ooh, don't do Mercury and Pluto.
The yeah, with the communications, it's just been, since you say that you're going to do something, then she's had lessons that make her see things, or a lot of epiphanies in regard to
Yes.
communication.
Yep.
So that's what I've been noticing. It's like when you ask for something, the universe will give it to you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's good. I'm glad that you said that. And this is why what journaling is so important too when you take on things like that. Because imagine the other people aren't sitting around doing this kind of work, right? So you're already propelling yourself to another level. So you don't want to compare yourself to other people because they may not be interested in that. So you have to take it on for yourself. So how do you take it on for yourself? You journal about it. You talk to yourself about it. You talk to those people who are taking it on about it, so that you now accelerate at whatever pace you want to, because it's for you. It's not for anybody else. So yeah, so that communication piece, here we are, we get to communicate with you in a way that would be different if Chaya and RJ were here. So I definitely am going to take advantage of that.
Yes.
What else?
And
Mhm.
with that, just doing more projects that I can see where I can help her more in that communication.
Mhm.
Doing more projects that encourage her to speak.
Yeah. And to be and not to be scared of her own voice. Absolutely. Because that's all the communication is. And Huhaika, when I was growing up, I did not have a family that allowed me to speak freely. So my children grew up in an environment where they could speak freely, right? And so you guys are a little bit different than the way, because our parents even grew up where they not only could they not speak, they could not look a certain way if they were in disagreement. So all of this is still coming out as a new way of being. Wouldn't you say that, you shares, for some of our community, for our voices?
Indeed. Indeed.
Mhm.
Because we're all at different levels, the communication. And
Yes.
then the English language is horrible.
Oh
You know,
my goodness. It's
you
the
have
worst one. Yeah.
you have so many different interpretations for one word. So the communication is automatically lost because you are doing your best to interpret the intentions of the message.
Yes. Yes.
And so the words, the English language puts verbiage in a way where it's not direct. You really don't know what someone has said. You have to know based off of the situation. So I give you one example. Like when I did a lesson, right? And I think I had lesson and I did the number sign number 3,
Mhm.
right? When Huhaika read it, she read it as lesson #3. I was so done.
Right.
Because of the hashtag symbol is
And
originally,
because it was not hashtag when we
it
were
was not
growing.
hashtag at
It was
first.
a pound symbol, and it
It was
meant
right
the number
pound.
is going to follow.
Right. I totally forgot about the pound sign. Right. That was originally what it was, the pound sign. And only on the phone because pound is different You know, when you talk about a pound of sugar or a pound of flour, my point exactly, right? We've
So many meanings.
it has so many meanings, and that's one of the biggest problems with the English language. It's designed to confuse you.
Yes. Let's design the cast spells too. Exactly.
Right. So
Mhm.
one of the things that we will be doing is really honing in on learning a new language,
Mhm.
exercise those different parts of our brain.
Yeah.
We kind of got Spanish already, kind of well, I've had Spanish, just gotta cultivate it a little more, and that'll be an easy fix. But she's interested in French.
Mhm.
So we'll see which ones we're trying to, maybe we'll do both, with the AI
Absolutely. Yeah,
things they
that's right. Yeah.
have out here is unlimited. And so with learning the language, it will help expand the right and left brain, and just give way to the confidence of just speaking and communicating. Because
Ex-
if you speaking in the English language, you SOL from the start. So
mhm. Wonderful. Excellent. So anything else, Huhaika, about this lesson that you found interesting other than the hypnotic state and the programming? Anything else? Did you find this information useful for you?
I found this information very useful so I could like make a change in my habits that
Mhm.
I really doing my best to stop.
Good for you. Yeah, and that's the reason why we share this information, is really so you can have a choice in the matter, right? Because it's like when you understand how something operates, now you can say, oh, I know that I can go this way or that way, but I'm going to choose the way that's more beneficial to me, instead of detrimental. So that's really great. What were you going to say, you shares?
oh yeah, I'm just glad um the platform is here.
Yes.
Being able to exercise outside of what's here. Um, this we being able to exercise as beings of daughters of Mother Ta. That's what I'm grateful for.
Mm,
Continue to provide that platform. And we have to pour into not only ourselves, but the ACES. So the communication piece is a key part to that.
yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Wonderful. Okay, so now let's go ahead and look at this week's information, where we're looking actually at the MARV technique. You remember the MARV technique, you shared?
Oh yeah.
This is one of my favorites. So the MARV technique, you will find, is going to give you access to what people call manifestation. But actually, what it is, it's helping you to synchronize your energy so that you're focused on your intent so accurately that you can't help but to become the person that you've intended to become, or that you've accomplished the thing that you've intended to accomplish. So in this session, you're going to go through the MARV technique and learn how these acronyms work together, and what it is that you can do to utilize this information. But then you're going to learn how to meditate. And even if you know how to meditate, we want you to practice again with a beginner's mind. And then there's a stress relief meditation, because stress has to be something that we take on to alleviate. How do you say? Eliminate. We don't want to have stress as a way that we react to life, right? And people say, but everybody's stressful. That's not true. That's not true. Nor do we always have to be stressful. Are there always going to be problems to solve? Absolutely. Are there always going to be challenges and chaos? Absolutely. But do we have to deal with it from a point of stress? We can actually deal with it through a state of understanding that the more calm I am, the more true my answers are in my head, because stress does not allow you to have discernment or calmness, right? So this stress relief meditation will be very beneficial, okay? And then affirmations is a very important component. We have you do a 30-day practice. And so what's going to be important is that when you get ready to take this practice on, you want to pull out your journal or calendar, and you want to find the 30-day, like when is that 30 days? So if we're in July, and you start this week, say July 31st. So that means my 30th day is going to be the 28th of August. So you're marking a calendar that's your 30th day, and you're going to look back after you do this, write your affirmations 100 times a day or whatever. You look back and you'll see humongous changes that have taken place. And that's the idea of the practice, so that you can see, oh, if it worked in this situation, then let me see if it'll work in another situation. And so now you take that 30 days and you do the same thing with a different affirmation. Okay, does that make sense to you guys? Okay.
Yes.
Wonderful. And then these are some of the affirmations that are inside of the ACES program. I believe in my ability to learn. Studying is easy for me. These are the ones that we're asking you to write 100 times, but you can choose whichever ones that you work, because you may be in a different category than this. This may not be where you're struggling with. You may not have an issue with any of these. These may already be affirmed in your life. So you want to create 10 that are good for you and write those down, okay, 100 times a day. All right. Now, I don't know Heike, when we were in school, and we had this thing, I was one of those kids that they said, you talk too much. So every week I was probably having to write 500 times, I will not talk. I will. Did you ever have that experience? Or I will not chew gum, or whatever it was. Did you have
yeah, 100 words, got to write on the board, and yes, I have a very deep story about the whole talking thing.
What is it? You want to share it here? Or
yes. Well, when I got ready to, when I was looking to formulate her homeschool program, I went to a 30-year veteran in the CPS system.
Yeah.
And so just to ask questions. And so one of the things I had this epiphany, because one of the things I had a problem with on the report card, I always got checked, exercise self-control. And so I went to the 30-year veteran, because in my mind, if you are gauging a person on something, that means you had a lesson about it.
Okay.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So I went to them and asked them, what was the lesson to help children to exercise self-control?
Right.
And I got vehemently cussed out because they didn't have an answer.
No.
And they was offended that I even mentioned that the CPS was not on point.
They're not on point.
I was like, hey, I was just gathering information. I didn't mean to open up a wound, but it brought so much clarity to me. And then I found their curriculum guide. So like, oh, the curriculum guide, it teaches the teachers on how to institutionalize the children.
It's all about institutionalizing.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
when they couldn't answer, so I appreciate the lessons, and I've been doing that as well. It's like, if you're telling me, and if you've gone to college or any type of, structured type of institution, or even got any type of certification, they give you a syllabus, this is what we're doing, and this is what you should be able to accomplish after we do this.
Yes.
But they tell you one thing. So exercise self-control was the first thing on the report card all the time.
Yeah.
Exercise and self-control.
But there's no lesson in it.
And I got because I used to get money, right? If I got any check marks, I couldn't get my money.
Ooh,
yeah,
okay.
exercise self-control. And nobody, and I'm going back in my mind now. They just told me to shut up.
Yeah.
They didn't tell me about no meditation.
But imagine telling a Gemini to shut up.
they give me
wait, and I think you're a 5 of diamond too. Are you a 5 of diamond? What are you?
Ace.
An ace of diamond?
An ace of diamond. Yeah.
There ain't no shutting up for you.
And I was like, what do you mean? Just shut up. But I got stuff to say. I got questions to ask. I need some clarity.
Yes. And I'm going to keep going until I get an answer. So
just shut up. That was the response. So that was a trauma within itself, a mental blockage.
Yeah.
That I'm thinking, like, now it's like, why I feel like my word is not valued. Because you're just shut down and not given the tools.
Yeah.
So I just give thanks to continue to grow. And I wrote another piece for this dissecting another chapter.
Oh, good. Yes. And you're
dissecting the soul, 13 chambers of hell. So
oh, good. Yes. Putting it all together. Wonderful.
Putting it all together. Yes.
Wonderful. Oh, here's Rute. Really?
Better late than never.
Oh, yes.
Really?
I don't know what clock they looking at. Hello, RJ.
Hello.
Oh, just waking up. Okay, just waking up. I heard it in your voice. Sounded like
that's to say, better late than never. You let them listen in.
Yes, well, we did record this, RJ, so you'll be able to go back and look at it. And then also in this lesson, you'll have access to a recording called I Am Jams that you can download and listen to. And those affirmations that we looked at before is on this dance track, I Am Jams. And it's a part of using. So if we know that they're using television, music, and video games and all of this to program us, then what can we do to counter that program? We can make our own music, right? And it doesn't have to be, oh, I got to sell 100 copies. No, the music is for you and your development. It's for you to use to influence your outcome. So I Am Jams, I created, I don't know how, when RJ's dad was 10 years old. I actually created the whole Master Force piece to support my children getting through school. And then after they got through school, my daughter was like, every kid needs this, Ma. And so I started listening to my spirit about developing it. So when you listen to this I Am Jams, you will hear those affirmations. And those affirmations, the more you listen to it, even with music, it saturates, right? So the more it saturates, the more it becomes part of your subconscious mind, and it becomes a natural way of being. Okay, becomes a natural way of being. RJ, I was thinking, I had given you a book called Think and Grow Rich. There is a chapter in that book called auto suggestion. And it's just as important as the programming, because people will say to you things that will make you undermine yourself. Right? Just what you shares, and then you shares was talking about, you know, what was it? Self-control, you know,
Exercise and self-control.
exercise and self-control. That's immediately, if you don't know, somebody telling you don't know how to exercise self-control, or what a lot of people do, that's a bad kid. That kid is bad, or that kid is hard-headed, or that kid, all of those are labels, and they're auto suggestions. Anytime you label anything, so we have to be very careful about labeling ourselves and other people. So auto suggestion, RJ, if you get a chance to look in that book, it's a chapter, it's similar to this, but it's what adults do. They say things to try to program, and not just kids, anybody, right? What were you going to say, you said?
You know, a term that I've come to use in describing that is emotional blackmail.
Yeah.
And then if you don't get blackmail, now they want to emotionally discharge on you.
Yeah, because they're mad they can't control you. Anytime somebody can't control you, yeah, because that's what it's all about. Now imagine you having so much control over your own brain that you don't need to argue with anybody about it.
What?
I don't have to argue with you about my beliefs or anything, because this is just where I am, and you don't have to agree with me. Right? And then the last, towards the end, we talk about relaxation. Now, the part about relaxation that is so cool is that a lot of people think that relaxing is just sitting back chilling. But relaxing is also trusting the process. One of the biggest challenges that most adults have is dealing with anxiety. Anytime you have anxiety, it automatically points to you not trusting something. It could be you not trusting yourself, you not trusting life, you not trusting outcomes, you not trusting that things are going to be okay. Whatever that is, anxiety is pointing to you not trusting something. And even though that's hard to hear, because again, we've been trained to think that stress is normal. We've been taught to believe that anxiety is normal, but it's a conditioning. It's a conditioning from all of the different programs. Fear is a part of everything that we look at. News, even the weather has a lot of fear in it, right? So
nowadays the news is like,
yeah, you can't even watch the news. It's full of anxiety and fear. So learning how to relax when we're actually working on creating an outcome is so important, because all we have to do is remember, my subconscious mind is going to change and put into action whatever I say. So I have to be careful that I'm only putting into action what it is that I desire to see. I'm only putting in action what I desire to see. And so when I do that, I can relax and trust the process. I can relax and do that. Okay. So work on that relaxation piece, right? Now, here's something that, and this will be a lengthy listen also, but I'd like you to take notes on it. If you don't get it done all this week, come back to it. But we mentioned a little bit about indigo children. So this gives you some information about indigo children. And it's just for your information so that you can know, so that you can understand that you have been put here with a purpose. We've all been put here with a purpose. We're not all just here to be moved around like pawns. We came in to play chess,
Mm,
right? We're not
3D chess.
Yes, 3D chess. Okay. So take a look at that. And then, of course, your journal work. You guys have got to do better about talking to your buddies. We're on week 4. Have you talked to your buddies once? That's not a rhetorical question.
I have not.
Yeah, I have not. Good, good. What about you,
Are
Huhaika?
you getting the text messages?
Well, on week 1, Chaya sent me something and I responded back to her in the email. But that was
Yeah, you guys need to, your voices are important. The electronic devices, you know, texting and all that is one thing, but talking, sharing, really talking about the information is important. Hearing your own voice talking to somebody else is important. Texting is not this. That's not this work. Okay, that's another way of go ahead, you shares.
I was gonna ask you, I know Shia said Tuesdays and Thursdays is her day. What time on Tuesday that maybe we can schedule like a Zoom call to just talk some things out from the lessons?
That's up to you. I'm not
No,
gonna.
I was asking. Ruth
Oh,
since
what? Oh,
him
yeah.
on-
I know that she does have volleyball on Wednesdays. So, yeah.
I know Tuesday she noted, but I didn't get any response. Rute, are you getting the messages, the text messages? You're on mute if you're talking. Okay.
I'd have to have my data on to get the messages, which is the funny part. I usually don't have it on. I think I'd be getting them.
Okay, so that could be the issue because I was under the assumption, which you should not do, that it was just a regular phone where you send a message and it's, but I understand now that it's a little, so if we can schedule, if you can find out, can you text me a time on Tuesday that you all can meet after 5? Well, after 5. What time after 5 is good? So get with Chaya so we can have some impromptu conversations about our lessons before next Saturday.
I wouldn't really know a like specific time after 5, but like as soon as possible because we do get busy later in the day.
Okay, so there's just to meet for like 30 minutes after 5. Is there time?
But after your 5 here is after 6 here,
Okay.
which is dinner, close to dinner time.
Okay.
But still, that's probably doable. You could probably do something at 5:30, 6:30 here or whatever.
We'll text the group chat back, Rute, and then after you confirm with Chaya. Does that sound good?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. All right, thank you.
Thank you. Okay. And then the final part is visualization. Now, I can't even explain to you how important your imagination is. I mean, if there is nothing else that I want you to get out of this work, it is you harnessing the power of your imagination. That's what all of this work is about. You understanding that somebody else has tried to hijack your imagination and make you become something that they want you to be. But now here you are, you have the power to use your imagination to become what it is that you choose to be. And part of that is getting to the point of knowing yourself and remembering your mission and checking in. So the power of visualization is a very key piece because it helps you to see how to tune into your imagination and control it. Remember, I talked about when I broke my hip, thigh, and knee at 17, and I visualized 3 little men knitting my femur bone back together. That was my visualization. That was one of them. The second one was I visualized myself walking across the stage because this was my senior year of high school and I wanted to graduate on time. So I saw myself walking across the stage and shaking my principal's hand and getting my diploma. And then my third visualization was the doctor coming in and saying, "It's a miracle." Now, that's not what he said. What he said was, "You must have contacted God." You know, translate to "it's a miracle" to me. But that was my initiation into this work. And I can see why it had to happen. I can see why I had to be initiated into this work, which is what gives me the passion that I have about getting it out to young people. Because my thought after I was able to get out of that hospital and graduate with my class and go to college without parents supporting me, I was able to say, why aren't they teaching this in school? Why aren't they teaching young people that they can control their imagination? Okay, so that is the lesson inside the power of visualization. So take some time with that. And then in this last one, there's the practice for this. There's a vision board template that you can go to, and it's actually in Canva, Ushayas. So this is just an example of the vision board that I created so I can get done with my book. Right, I'm in the last phase of the proofreading. So it's almost ready to go. But you guys can create a vision board, and you know, you may want to create a vision board for your academic year. Now, it could be for the grades that you want to get. It can be for the awards you want to get. It could be for the leadership that you want to get. It could be for your athletic performance. It could be for a business that you want to start because you're not too young to start businesses, okay? But all of this can be inside of what type of vision board. But my request is that you kind of focus inside of a theme and not too broad until you get real good about honing in. Anything you want to add to that, Ushayas?
Yeah, the vision board, you know, just take a breath. Because once you put it on there,
It's
you're
11 o'clock.
you're literally feeding your subconscious.
Yep.
So just keep that in mind. Ensure that those are the things I looked on a friend's they had wrote out a message to themselves. Procrastination yields laziness or something to that fact. And I said, and all I could feel that procrastination was actually being inputted into her brain.
Absolutely.
And over.
That's all she got. And that's right. And that's the same thing we do with fear.
Yeah.
Fear is going
I don't want this to happen.
and guess what?
It's about to happen.
More, and your subconscious is like, oh, they want fear.
Right. Right.
So your imagination is going to give you even more images to be afraid of, even more stuff to be afraid of, right? So you now have to take on, I am responsible for filtering what goes into my brain, because whatever goes into my brain is going to produce something out there. And I got to make sure that what it produces is what I want.
Indeed.
Okay. So that's why the vision board, and you can change that vision board anytime. I like to do the 30-day. can you imagine if you focus on something different each month, what a year would look like in your life? I mean, when adults do this, it's just crazy. What were you gonna say, you shares?
No, I was just like, oh wow, just giving like I thought about it. What you
Yes,
said.
exactly. And so that piece about, oh, I need to do this. Focus on one at a time, 30 minutes. I mean, 30 days, and you just gonna, that one, then it go, and then after you focus on it, it's not even like you have to work at it because it naturally unfolds. All of a sudden you're like, oh, guess what happened to me today? This magical thing showed up. Okay. All right. So that's that. And I know you shared, you gotta jump. So let me finish up right quick. And then there's a little quiz there. And then next week when you guys, I had Masterforce Leadership Academy at gmail.com because my Rita at Masterforce is not working. So that's where that email is working. So I'm trying to I still haven't figured it out, you shares. I'm like, me and all my high tech skills, and I still can't figure out what my email is going. And I can email myself back and forth, but I get nobody else's emails. I have no idea. Right. So
Check your settings.
yeah.
There's no filter
I'm gonna keep
on.
working with it. Yeah, I gotta keep working. I gotta see if it's something to do with the domain. So I'm working.
No, you'll figure it out.
Yeah. So any questions on this week? So this is week 4. We only have 2 more live sessions, and then we'll probably do a debrief on after that. But anything else about this week? Let me look at my notes. Anything? Any questions? Nope, no questions? Okay, well, that's what I have. You shares, I will send you the link for this. If you all need anything, let me know. What were you gonna say?
No, that's it. Thank you again.
Okay. All right. Well, you guys have an amazing week. And I will, when I get this video downloaded, I'll upload it to YouTube and share it with you. Okay.
Thank you. Enjoy your day.
Okay, you too. Bye-bye.
You all have a fabulous day on purpose.
On purpose. Wonderful. All right.
Bye-bye.
All right. Bye-bye.